Hi guys, welcome to the program. Welcome to Currency World. As you can see, we have Christmas decorations, getting in the Christmas spirit with Mr. Nutcracker over here. I just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And today I thought I'd share with you guys something I picked up recently over winter break. We'll take a look here. This is an 1862 United States $2 bill. You guys might be familiar with the modern $2 bills. Well, this was actually the first one ever printed by the United States federal government. And it has quite an interesting history. It features Alexander Hamilton. You'll see in the portrait right here. And the red seal, which shows that it's a United States note. As some of you guys may know, the green seal is actually Federal Reserve notes, which is what we have today. And this is really interesting because it was the first note ever printed, the first $2 bill ever printed by the United States. And it was part of the first set of notes ever printed by the United States and not by the local banks. So there was local banks that printed currency prior to this, but those were only accepted locally. These were accepted everywhere and for all loans, as we shall see. And technically you could still use this for face value, so you could use this today, and technically they're supposed to accept this, but you wouldn't want to do that because you'll see even in this really bad condition, this note is still worth between $200 and $300. The nicer examples will run you over $1,000, and the really nice uncirculated examples are quite a few thousand, going up into the $10,000 range. So these are relatively expensive, very collectible, and they were issued by the U.S. Treasury to pay expenses incurred during the Civil War, and this was through an act signed by Lincoln. It was called the First Legal Tender Act, and a lot of people were up in arms about this because prior to this, gold and silver had been used to pay back major loans, and currencies backed by gold and silver would be used. This wasn't really backed by anything, so a lot of people were angry about this. It was only certified by the federal government, and we'll see how that turned controversial later in some later videos I'll do. But for now, let's take a look at the back. This is what the bill was actually famous for, and this is how the United States notes came to be known as greenbacks. And this is why our paper money is green even today. These were actually printed green. And on the back, we can read the inscription. It's kind of hard to read, but it says, "This note is a legal tender for all debts, public and private, except duties on imports and interest on the public debt, and is receivable in payment of all loans made by the United States." Right there, and you'll see that's actually in bold because a lot of people didn't want to accept these for payment, and they were sort of forced into it by the federal government because the government didn't have enough gold and silver to pay back all the loans that were incurred during the Civil War. So yeah, as I mentioned, if you guys find these notes, you want to hold on to them. Very, very collectible. And even in this terrible shape, they go for $200 to $300 online. Again, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Until next time.